Okay, guys, I'm gonna bring you one last game for tonight of Green White Value Town with the Vine Lasher Kudzu. Um, Very limited testing with this card, but I was impressed having that additional two drop. Um, it's look, we have 11 spells in the two drop slot, 11 in the three drop slot. I just think it feels good. It feels really good. After dropping just a couple changes I made, after dropping one noble, I'm very happy with seven dorks. Um, Obviously you don't want to hit a dork after, say, turn three. Um, Sometimes, a noble, but the reason I dropped the noble instead of the bird, there's just a lot of stuff that flies, and a lot of the times you end up relying on your bird to either chump block a flyer, or you rely on your bird to snag your Gavany, and you pump that bird to swing over for that damage there, because we have this is basically the Todd Steven green white value town. um, I did add one more Dramoka's command in place of that noble, but we don't have any crazy, let's give trample to our insane knight. We're not doing the retreat to Corehelm thing. um, I just don't want to go Bant. I want to stick to green white. I was also trying a black splash for abrupt decay. I am currently wanting to just give this white green white version a try again, just to see if abrupt decay is actually necessary. Um, let's see the Vine Lasher. So I do not think, for a Vine Lasher is where you want to be. Maybe it's like drop a Vine Lasher, go up a Voice. I've been really impressed with Voice. People are super down on that card, but in the mid range matchups, they're great. In the control matchups, they're fantastic. And we need help in the control matchup. So I like Voice, but maybe it's, minus one Vine Lasher, plus one Skews. I don't know. But just for testing purposes, I wanted a full play set. I want to increase the odds of hitting this Vine Lasher, see what it can do, see how quickly I can pump it up. Is it too reliant on the knight, or can it just get there itself? The nice thing when you have Courser out, or a knight, let's pretend you don't have the knight, but you have Courser. You're able to rip those lands off the top, so you're really increasing the chances of getting those lands into play to trigger Vine Lasher Kudzu. And then obviously with a knight, this card can just kind of get ridiculous. And I do like that these two cards, which I've commented on before, these two cards grow in power in different ways. If no one is messing with your graveyard, they grow at the same rate. You're blowing lands up with knights. More lands are coming in. They're kind of growing at the same time. But if someone attacks your graveyard, well, guess what? Now you're relying on a tireless tracker, which great card, but you're relying on a tracker which is much slower to get up there, to try to push that damage through. Where now, I'm kind of able to have multiple threats that can grow quickly. Let's get another opponent here. So you'll notice with this build that I went down one Ghost Quarter and I am running a main board Bajuka Bog. Being able to disrupt graveyards is way too important right now. I think it is. I think we're going to keep this. Being able to disrupt graveyards is way more important, in my opinion, than having that, Ghost Quarter. And because we got rid of the Ramanapa Azusa thing, the Ghost Quarters aren't nearly as relevant, So let's see here. We have a turn 2. See, now this is where Vine Lasher looks bad. You have a turn 2 1/1. And we might just want to hold up path instead of playing this Vine Lasher out. Sorry, guys, I'm on the tail end still of this flu. Can't get rid of this cough. So if I randomly pause, it's not because I'm burnt. It's because I'm trying to hold back a cough and buying myself some time to get to the mic here to mute it so I don't blow out your eardrums. So it looks like we're playing against some Death Shadow. Um, Path is great. Um, Courser's kind of whatever. The nice thing, if we hit a land in the next two draws, this knight's going to come out, and he's going to be a 4/4. Can we hit a mana dork? No, but a knight's not bad. So, if we can hit a land, we're gonna drop a 4/4 knight on 3, and then we'll probably drop another knight, or we can get the courser going. We have some options here, just depending on what our opponent wants to do. Inquisition. Take your pick. It's a very redundant hand. I'll probably take the Path to Exile. I would assume. Everything else is a little redundant. Unless he just plays and thought seizes us. I would assume he would take... Although he might take the knight and then thought seize the other knight. I don't really know... I don't know what he's going to want to do. Because, he can... I don't know. Just have to wait and find out, I guess. What are we doing, opponent? What are we doing? Fine Lasher Kudzu. So hey, if you guys have any recommendations on a good 2-drop, I'd already commented I don't think Goyf in this deck is worth it because we're not really putting, multiple different things in the deck. And I don't want to, because we're going to be Bajuka bogging, I don't want to rely on my opponent's graveyard to keep our Goyf grown. So, not a fan of Goyf in this deck. Goyf is a great mid-range card in this deck. I don't think he's that great. So, if you guys have another, 2-drop that would be equally threatening, or even just some interesting utility. Maybe I can toss some utility in the sideboard. I'm more than happy. What's this guy doing? More than happy to hear your suggestions. What are we taking, bud? If you have a Thoughtseize, you can just get rid of the knights. And that is the nice thing here. Vine Lasher isn't terrifying, but it can be. And I know, he's not even contemplating on taking that, but if he does, Inquisition our knight and then Thoughtseize our other knight, once we get Courser out, we are able to grow that Vine Lasher to a reasonable level. Would have been nice if we had a mana dork, because we could have essentially Bajuka bogged him on our turn 3, which would have kept him from casting Delve threats. Let me just kind of message our opponent here. I really hope he didn't disconnect. I'm excited to bring you guys this game. I'm excited to play this game, to see how Vine Lasher works out. It's definitely a slower hand, so I'm kind of anxious to see, without an accelerant in the opener, can we get there? I don't know. So my other deck, we'll just talk about some other random stuff. My other deck I play is Titan Shift. Very linear, non-interactive, sort of boring Magic, but very good in Modern. Modern is the format where interacting is very difficult, and if you want to win, you kind of go for that powerful linear path. Um, One interesting thing is, like Breach Titan, um, or Valakut Breach, or whatever you want to call it, wasn't a thing. Like, it wasn't nearly as good as, you know, just the standard um, Scape Shift version. But man, I've been running into Breach so much. It's just been it's been insane. So he did take the knight here. He probably has. He's probably waiting on the Thoughtseize to see what we draw next turn. There's really no rush. So why don't we go ahead and play this Vine Lasher out? We are going to take one from it, but we're going to be able to grow it here. I'd rather get some value, make it a 3/3, play the knight out. Our knight will be a 4/4. Although he probably, yeah, okay. He'll Thoughtseize that knight away. Yeah, okay, I figured. Okay, let's get our courser out here. This will be a 3/3. I don't know if I want to necessarily swing in and make let's always yield to this. I don't know if I want to make our Death Shadow or our opponent's Death Shadow bigger here. So if we let's think about this. 15, 12. I mean, we're going to have path. So why don't let's chip in here. It's fine. Never mind. He's just going to push this. Boop. Push. One nice thing, I mean, next turn we'll be able to play out a tracker and get a couple clues off of it and hold up path, which will be huge. Unless he's gonna want to push our tracker, he might be kind of contemplating that right now. So our opponent says, just hit a game winner from half court. Watching the Blazer game. Nice. Lilliard, I have no idea. Just hit a game winner from half court. So, okay, now let's go ahead and push. There we go. Okay, cool. Moving on with our lives. There's a Goyf. Okay. So we're going to take a tracker here. So do we want to... We could courser and gain some life here. It's probably better to get the tracker out, though. Come on, man. Like, I get that you're super stoked on basketball here, but I'm super stoked on playing some Magic. If you want to watch basketball, do it on your own time. Or don't play Magic when you're doing it. So Vine Lasher up top. We have a path here. It looks like 76543. What do we got? Do we have another Goyf? We can take 5 here. That's fine. If he plays Death Shadow, I'm wondering 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't think there's not a world in which we can kill him. I definitely think we do want a path here because if we hit a knight, I mean, we only have 2 more in our deck, unfortunately. But if we hit a knight, it's a 5/5. We could double block a Goyf if need be. Sorry, guys, this game is just so slow and aggravating because our opponent is deciding to watch basketball. Okay. So 2 Goyfs is a problem. He's tapped out. We will definitely take a Collected Company. Let's get... Yeah. I mean, chances are... Okay, good. So... Play the land. We can... I mean, we would be able to grow the tracker. Three, 4, 5. I almost wonder if we hold Coco. No, why don't we Collected Company? Let's go ahead and fetch here. Let's grab Forest. That's actually a nice draw there. Let's go ahead and Coco. Let's go ahead and get a knight and a voice. Pass turn. Or not pass turn. Let's swing in here. So we have a voice that can just chump. If we need to double block. Okay. So Death Shadow, I don't mind bringing in EE, just for that Nice CMC1 sweeper. I think we can actually probably drop Scavenging Ooze here. I love voice. I love trackers. Yeah, why don't we just do that? They have enough removal, worship. It's fine. I think we have a fair enough matchup here that we won't need worship. Yeah, I think that's fine. You know, dropping an early EE on 1 is just really good. You know, we can outgrow their Goyfs. We can outgrow their Anglers. We can outgrow... what else do they play? They don't play Kalitas, do they? No, they play Tasigur. Tassigur's a thing. But we can mainly outgrow most of their threats. Their shadows just get a little terrifying. But it doesn't look like they're, you know, playing the blue splash. So they probably don't have stub. They probably don't have Snapcaster. You know, if that's the case, we can bring in, maybe leave some amount of Scavenging Oozes in, and go down like a couple Vine Lashers. But, you know, maybe there's an argument to be made for Scavenging Ooze because of their Delve threats, but I think it's just too slow. I think our best bet to fight their Delve threats is going to be to get an early Night out and then just Bajuka Bog them. I think that's probably our best bet here. So this hand is just super unfortunate. We're going to have to maul it. This is great. This is a great hand. Let's get rid of 1 path. We have to... I got to remember they're probably going to Inquisition or Thoughtseize us turn 1. Nope. Okay. So let's see if we can get the bird out. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to play the voice if the bird dies. Our voice is kind of... You know, let's shock this in. Just so we have the option to path if we need to. I typically do not like shocking in with this deck. I value our life way too hard. But against this sort of mid-rangey style, I think we're okay. So let's hope to fade a push. So we can play out a Courser. And then let's hope to... either that or let's hope to draw a land so we can get a voice going. Voice in this matchup is just so good. It's so good. Okay. So are we going to play out a Goyf? Okay. I can handle seeing a Goyf for sure. Very happy with that, actually. So why don't we get our Courser online so we can kind of see what's going on the top of the library. Goyf isn't too scary right now. You know, luckily... I almost wonder if we should have played the Voice of Resurgence instead. You know, right now I kind of want to reliably hit our land, and I do like having the 2 draws for that. Okay, so he pushes the bird. Which is fine. I don't want to have to take 4, but we will. Quicksand. Creature without flying gets -2, -1, -2. Okay, that's weird. That's a cool land. Man, that's sweet. I like that. Cycling. So there's a pretty big goif here. I think we have to just take it because we need to hit. We need to hit a land. Look, if not, we'll just pass turn. We'll path the goif, buy ourselves some time. We don't hit the land. Let's get in for 2. Sure. That's fine. Dismember. Do we path the goif or do we path? I think we path our own dude here, believe it or not. We're going to take a beating here. We're going to go down to 8 at least. But we're going to be able to play. We might just be a little too far behind. Another goif. Cycles that. Okay. Hits us for 5. We're down to 8. 7. Math is a thing. Okay, so why don't we... We could Coco here. But the problem is, like, our knights are small. Let's play out a voice. We can chump. And then next turn... If we draw a land, we can Coco. If we hit a knight, we can Ghost Quarter one of our own lands to make the knight bigger. We might just push here. Is there another goif? Abrupt Decay. Okay. Push. Lily. Make a sack. Okay. So I think, unfortunately, we are forced to Coco. We can get... I almost want to go Courser Voice. We can hit a land. Good. Go to 3. So Lily will uptick here. We will smack. Get rid of Vine Lasher. Or do we? I mean, we're already... Destroy target Nard artifact. I don't like that card. Is he going to get rid of our Courser? So why don't we fetch here, gain the life back, Dramoka's Command. Okay. obviously we got a block. Opponent's down to one card. Voices are doing some work here. Let's get rid of... Okay, so do we get rid of Vine Lasher? So, yeah, Vine Lasher's only a 1/1. Let's get rid of Vine Lasher. So I feel like we need to play out another voice. We're going to be able to swing and kill Lily, which is great. One. We can almost play out Courser here as well. Two. I think we play out Courser. We should have done that differently here. I think we would have been able to gain that life back if I would have played Courser out first. So that was backwards and really stupid. But my bad. That was really dumb because I could have played out, let's see, Courser and then blew up. Play a land. Nope. Gain a life. And then let's kill this Lily. Okay. So next turn, if we have a land up top, so we have a 6/7 Goyf. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That's a fine last card. I don't know if he wants to swing here. Okay. Let's see if we can just kill him. If we have a land at the top, we don't. Tracker. We also could have like double blocked out the Goyf. The nice thing is any creature getting through next turn is going to be lethal because of Dramoka's command. And I don't know if he knows about that card. So I'm trying to think of how we lose here. Push doesn't help him. A Lily, I feel like he would have to get rid of something. Okay, Goyf will definitely help him. So Shambling Vent, so 1, 2, 3. He can't even activate Shambling Vent here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So if we shock in Temple Garden, if we play out our tracker, these become 5. Like, it doesn't matter that these are 5/5s. but we might as well play it out. Let's go swinging with everything. I think we have it here. Okay. So let's see how he blocks. And then we're going to go ahead and Dramoka's command. Target player. And then we're going to put a +1/+1 there. 4 Xaxes. Whoa. Magic Online will be taken offline here. So that was it. Let's see if our opponent said anything. Good games. Does he have anything else? No. Okay, guys. So we took down. I don't think it was Death Shadow. I just think it was like a. It had to have been Death Shadow, but he didn't have any shadows. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. Vine Lasher didn't do too much, but just having it as a threat felt nice. I like how it feels. So check back for some more green-white value town. This is Punt Factor, and thanks for watching.